Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Pup, coach of the Green Bay Drillbears, and today we are facing Dries in Week 7 of the GWA Low Tier Season 2. If you guys are excited for this matchup, I would appreciate it if you guys left a like and subscribe to the channel. About to hit 100, so I'm super excited about that. But yeah, we've been pretty good. We had our first loss last week to Milk. If you haven't watched that battle, you might as well go check it out. We lost to Mono Poison, which is really funny. If I just brought Close Combat on Barraskewda for their one non-poison type, then I would have won the game. But oh well, I'm still in a great spot, second place, I'm pretty sure, just behind Dries. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be a very, very fun matchup here, and I had to choose whether I'm gonna go 100% or closer to 50, because we're probably gonna play in the playoffs. Like, this is a good shot that it's a championship game right here. But yeah, if you guys want to skip ahead to the battle, there should be a timestamp right on screen, but I'm gonna go right over our teams. So Dries has the Sceptile, he has Arcanine, he has Tinkaton, Dragology, Drifblim, Hariyama, Sandaconda, Thwackey, Raichu, Volibee, Lapras, and Probopass. And his three Terra captains are that Sceptile, Arcanine, and Hariyama. Now, I mean, looking at their team, they have a lot of big threats, namely like that Sceptile. He's been just like destroying people with that. But he's also had like a 6-0 with Probopass, a 6-0 with Lapras. Like, he really knows how to use all of his roster. So I can see every single Mon coming. I don't really want Volibee to come. That is the one Mon I don't really want to see. But if it does come, it's not the end of the world anyways. And I mean, we'll see what happens. But my team's also up there as well. But what you need to know is what I'm bringing this week. So we're going to start off with our Yanmega. Heavy duty boots this week. I think this is the first time running boots. And honestly, it's not even like the best in this matchup. I mean, they do have a couple decent rockers. Thought about going like a Lumberry or Cherry Berry just for like a Tinkaton that tries to paralyze me. Raichu can be annoying with that too. Like, they have a lot of really annoying things. But I thought heavy duty boots would be better because I'm going to probably be pivoting this thing around. So no throat spray or anything. And we're rocking a Terra Ground speed boost set. Thought Tintin Lens does look kind of crazy here, but who knows what they're going to bring. If they bring something to counter Tintin Lens, then I'll see it this time and kind of have the idea for our playoff matchup with what's going on. And then we have Air Slash, Bug Buzz, Terra Blast, and Protect. Protect, obviously, to get a speed boost. Terra Blast Ground is actually great into their team. They don't have great switch-ins. Bug Buzz is there. It hits like Sceptile if it's not Terra. Hits a Thwackey. It hits a lot of stuff for pretty decent, but Air Slash is really like what we're mostly clicking if we're not clicking Terra Blast. It's really powerful, and it has a good chance to flinch as well. We have a decent amount of speed on here. Honestly, I cannot tell you what it's for off the top of my head. I mean, I'm probably outrunning like an Adamant Tinkaton sort of thing, or yeah, I guess that would make sense, and probably getting up to that Sceptile after a speed boost anyways. And then just max special attack, Modest. This could really rip some holes in their team depending on what kind of set they bring, but I could see like 3 Assault Vest Mons on their team, and I wouldn't be surprised by that. Next up, we have a Bramblecast. We got the Rocky Helmet on this thing with Wind Rider, a Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, Spikes, and Rapid Spin. So the first time I'm going with a special set, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I decided to do this because I wanted to be able to hit the Sandaconda if they set up coils. Like, I thought that would be really annoying. Now, obviously, I Strength Sap away their attack boost, but it's still really annoying hitting them with like Poltergeist because I didn't really want to just put the grass coverage on here. But we have a pretty mixed bag set with a lot of defense, max HP, some special defense, and then a little bit of speed. It's gonna bring us up to 227, which is outrunning any like defensive Arcanine. It's outrunning defensive Tinkaton. It's outrunning Thwackey if they're more on the defensive side, if they don't have a lot of speed investment on that thing. And then also like always outrunning stuff like Hariyama, Dragology, no matter what they try to put in. And I think this is a really good Mon. I feel like Spikes are great against them. They don't have the best recovery in the world. Yeah, honestly, what even is their spin? Like, they have Defog, Volibee, and Drifblim. Like, that's all they have. So Spikes really do a number against them. I can probably see boots on a decent amount of their mons because of that, but I feel like spikes are just decent into chipping down their team. And then I have rapid spin because I don't want to get spikes up or stealth rocks on my side, even though I am running boots Eon Mega. I've also got the Chimako here, a leftovers Terra Steel with Psychic, Energy Ball, Recover, Calm Mind. I thought about a Cosmic Power, Story Power set, but I think this mon is mostly just being used as like some sort of pivot. It's pretty decent at its role. It has max defense, so it can take hits from physical Sceptile. Even like I Terra Steel, and they can only hit me with like a Brick Break if they bring that, or you know, whatever equivalent move they have. This thing does pretty well in Tinkaton as well. They don't do too much damage. We recover it off. We don't do like that much damage back, but you know, Tinkaton can't really do too much to me with max defense and free recovery. And I feel like a lot of the mons on their team kind of have a hard time breaking through Chimeko. So if I can get some Calm Minds up, then I can actually do a lot of work into their team, just with Psychic and Energy Ball. Of course, Volibee kind of completely walls that. They're not going to know that I'm just Psychic Energy Ball. It could be Dazzling Gleam or like whatever other fairy move I get. I could probably rock like Thunderbolt. But I decided Energy Ball was better just to make sure I hit the Sandaconda pretty hard because I'm worried about that thing. And then the Lapras and the Probopass decently. I also have Barraskewda here with an Expert Belt set because, you know, Expert Belt's like my favorite item. But we have Close Combat, Flip Turn, Drill Run, and Crunch. So I'm hitting a lot of members on their team super effective. I mean, we have Drill Run that's hitting like Arcanine, it's hitting Tinkaton, it's hitting the Dragalge, Terra Steel, Hariyama, we're hitting Raichu, Probopass. And then Close Combat also hits stuff like that Probopass. It hits like Terra Steel. It depends on what kind of Terras they want to go for. I'm also hitting the Lapras, which is the most important part about bringing Close Combat, I would think. But with like Flip Turn, we don't need any water moves here. They have a couple good sponges on water moves, obviously being the Lapras. With Water Absorb, they have Dragalge, they have Sceptile, they eat those up pretty well. So I just thought I would run a bunch of coverage for their team. This thing still does a lot. I'm outrunning everything on their team with my speed investment. Unfortunately, I was like 2 points off of being able to run Adamant, but it is what it is. We're going to be pretty bulky, just not as strong this week. We also have a Mirror Herb Tauros. I think we brought a similar set a couple weeks ago, but this thing, it can, you know, copy like a Sword Stance from Sceptile, or it can even copy like Calm Mind from Drifblim to be able to eat hits a little bit better. You can copy Coil from the Sandaconda, which is what this is for a little bit more. You know, they have Belly Drum Hariyama that can copy Sword Stance Thwackey. They have a lot of setup, even Dragon Dance on the Lapras, which they've brought. So I felt like this would be pretty nice into their team. And with the coverage of Close Combat, High Horsepower, Trailblaze, Stone Edge, we do a lot to their team. If we just get like +1 from buying like a Coil or something, we're hitting Stone Edges versus everything on their team, and we're hitting them really hard. I have Terra Fighting to make sure our Close Combats hit really hard. And then High Horsepower is on here instead of Earthquake just because of the grassy terrain. And yeah, we have a decent amount of HP, some attack, and some speed as well, just to be able to outspeed a lot of things on their team. And last up, I brought a specially defensive Belly Bolt, which is not usually what I would bring, but I thought it would be fun. And I have leftovers with static, so if I do end up getting hit on the physical side, you know, I can eat that. This is kind of a Sceptile, not answer, but if they, like, I can switch into this thing the first time Sceptile comes out, hit me on the special side, it's okay, I'm going to eat that up. Hit me on the physical side, I can static them. But we also have Toxic, you know, we have Slack Off, a Volt Switch, and then Acid Spray, which allows us to beat that Sandaconda 1v1 with Terra Flying. I actually didn't put Terra Flying on here just yet, but yes, Terra Flying. I really don't want to Terra this thing, and I want to save it for either my Eon Mega. I think that Chimeko could put in a lot of work with Terra Steel as well. But we're bringing all 4 Terra Captains. They're really not going to know what I'm going to bring. But that's going to be about it for the team. I think this is going to be a really fun battle. Definitely not going all out 100% on this, but I am also definitely not like treating it as a meme battle. I think this is going to be really fun. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the battle. All right, we're connected to our opponent here. Apparently, so it looks like Dries, but it's actually Dries. So I'm sorry, I've been pronouncing it wrong. But they do bring a lot of stuff I expected. No Arcanine. And they have Sandaconda, and then no Tinkaton, and they have Raichu. Okay. So I'll change those in just a second. Yanmega absolutely goes crazy. We already know that. Mirror Herb Tauros is pretty fun. I don't like the Sandaconda being here. It's really annoying for me. What am I gonna lead off with here? Thinking maybe Bramble and just like start setting spikes. I think I'll do that. They don't have the best removal. Yeah, good luck, have fun to Dries over there. Let me make sure I get these Pokemon. So, what is it? I got Raichu. Okay, and then no Tink, and it's Sandaconda. Now let me find that really quick. I do think that they match up really well into me. I'm also not going my hardest here because this is a probable playoff matchup. Because we're like the number 1 and 2 teams. So I'm not going to go 100% obviously. But they're taking their time, man. They're really unsure what to lead with. Hopefully that's a good sign for us. So we're just going to get some spikes up. I don't think they have any way to get rid of them. I mean, maybe Defog Drifblim. Honestly, don't even know if it gets it in this gen. But yeah, I mean, let's see what they do. Obviously, the Sceptile is a huge threat. Dragalge is also a huge threat to us. We go, sorry, Sujin. Yeah. I thought this might be, yeah, Dragalge. If there's specs, which I could definitely see, then I, like, 1,000,000% die. Like 1,000,000,000% die. So I can go Chimecho, who also, well, I just died to Draco if there's specs anyways. What does Bellybolt do? Bellybolt actually does live, which is really nice. And if they decide to flip turn, then I can get like a static off. So I guess I'll just go hard Bellybolt. Yeah, we always live modest choice specs Draco. I mean, not like 16% of the time, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see how much it does. Okay, it doesn't even do 50. All right, yeah, this is definitely not specs. All right, let's like assume that they're gonna be like Black Sludge or something. I don't even think, based on their damage, I don't think they're modest. I definitely don't think they're modest. But I mean, they can easily go out into Sandaconda here. I kind of want to double out. Because if I went like Barraskewda on this guy, yeah, like he's -2. He can't, like this Dragalge can't really do too much. Obviously, flip turn would be really annoying. But if he just goes hard out to Sandaconda, like flip turn is doing like 50%. Honestly, we could also just go back out to Bramble. I do like Bramble a little bit more. Just keep it a little bit more healthy. All right, we switch out first. And they just set Toxic Spikes. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm in my spinner right now. I could just Shadow Ball, expecting them to go into their Drifblim, but I'm going to set up Spikes because I think they're really good for me. Now, Toxic Spikes are really annoying to have on my side, but I can spin them away. Drifblim is not like the biggest threat. Well, it is a huge threat because it can obviously set up, you know, be unburdened and be annoying. I feel like it might be an unburdened set with Grassy Seed though. Since the Thwacky's here. I don't know though. But Bramble versus Drifblim. Yeah, they do get defog in this. But Shadow Ball, if they're like a physically defensive Drifblim, I have a decent shot to two-shot it. As they go Team Rocket, this has got to be the Drifblim. Yeah. Alright, so I set my own spikes. Now this thing can like Shadow Ball me or Will-O-Wisp or like Air Slash or something. Which is going to do a lot. But we should probably outspeed it unless they're speedy. And we can throw off Shadow Balls. And we do outspeed it. They are the Ghost Resist Berry. What is that, like Cassid Berry? Yeah. That's interesting. And I get the Spadef drop. So they Shadow Ball me back. And it does a lot of damage. It is 220. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's looking like no investment, really. And now with the special defense drop, we might be able to take him out from this range. So I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. This could be throw, though. Who knows? I feel like we probably take him out. It was a speed tie? Oh no, obviously unburden. I'm stupid. I'm really dumb. Yeah, that was really, really stupid of me. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Definitely embarrassing. I mean, we can go Yanmega though. I think. Just give me 1 second to look at their stuff. Sorry, it's gonna lag just a minute here. If I go Yanmega, I potentially kill them with Air Slash. I might take an Air Slash to the face first, though. They might just predict me to click Protect, though. So I'm just gonna raw go out for this Air Slash. I could Terra Ground. I don't think I need it right now, though. So I'm just gonna raw Air Slash. I feel like they probably predict me to Protect. Bring it in just like this. I don't know, this could be a misplay. But we should probably outspeed them afterwards. I don't know what kind of speed investment they're rocking, but it's not that much because they got undersped by Bramble. So the most they could have been was like 226. You might hear my clicking. Click, click, click. Because they just Shadow Ball, man. It does just about 50 as we Air Slash them, which they hang on. Technically they can outspeed here, so I'm gonna Protect again. Maybe they evade this thing to like outrun Modest at +1 after the Unburden. So I'm just gonna get my Protect off. Play it a little bit safe. So they just Shadow Ball again. That's fine. I am super duper fast. Very, very fast. And we just throw off... I could throw off a Bug Buzz here if I wanted, but I think Air Slash is just a little bit better. Yeah, we do land it. Okay. We get a crit, doesn't matter. We take out the Drifblim. This is not a good start for me, though. Definitely not, but we are like +3 speed now. We are insanely fast. Now, if they go into like... I'm trying to think. If they go into Sceptile, then I Protect because they can Terra. And we kind of want to see what they Terra into. No, they go out into this thing. I think this probably is Assault Vested. I think Assault Vest makes a lot of sense. So like Terra Ground, Terra Blast is going to do 50%, but that's not enough in the scheme of things. Now, obviously, it's going to be really tough to take this Toxic. But I might have to take it on everyone. I could also go Chimecho. Chimecho does look really good in this game. I'm just going to go out to Belly Bolt. It doesn't have that much use. Now, obviously, it's nice to get like a static para on something. So if they flip turn, that could be good. But yeah, I mean... them getting me with the Unburden, I was really dumb about that. I should just preserved. Stay Draco again. From 262 to 92. Alright. And here they could go Sandaconda. I don't know. I could Toxic. I could Acid Spray. I think Acid Spray is the best move in case they want to set up a dual layer. But they probably go Sandaconda here. Yeah, they do go Sandaconda. They do take damage from the spikes. I get an Acid Spray off on them. Which is a decent chunk. Honestly, that's a lot. Well, I guess they took the spikes as well. So now they're, what, -2? I'm thinking that I just, like, acid spray them again. They can't, like, beat me with rest at this point, just because I do have the Yanmega that can come in afterwards and destroy this thing. And it's nice that I'm getting Spikes Chip on the Dragalge, because that's the thing that's really stopping my Yanmega from popping off. I wonder how much it does to Raichu. Well, it probably one-shots Raichu. Let's be honest, it one-shots Raichu with Terra Ground. Yeah, it does. If they Rock Blast me, that's an interesting set. Maybe Loaded Dice Scale Shot. So Belly Bolt goes down. Yeah, I'm thinking that's Loaded Dice. I've seen this set before. Sandaconda. Yeah, like Rock Blast, Scale Shot, Loaded Dice. Yeah, I think I've seen this before. And they're -2 Spadef. We can go Yanmega and just take them out. I think this should be fine. I could waste my Terra Ground here if I wanted. Should I? I don't really want to. I might want to use it for something else. So I'm just going to Bug Buzz. I should be able to take this out with the Acid Spray. Unless I'm like completely backwards on what Acid Spray does. But even if they have like Max Spadef, we're taking them out from this range. But I think they're like a max attack sort of variant. I guess that would make sense why I thought that the Acid Spray did a little bit more than I expected. This Bug Buzz, yeah, we do take them out. Awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like Loaded Dice Scale Shot Rock Blast, which is sick. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's a cool set. Plus speed, +1 speed now as they go back out to Dragalge and take some more chip. At this point, I think I'm gonna go Chimecho. I think that's my real sack into this thing. I need to get it to like 50%-ish. Chimecho, and yeah, they just Draco. And it did a lot. Brought me down, did 240. So they're definitely not modest. They're probably like calm with like a lot of Spadef. I'm kind of like trying to calc in my head what kind of sets I would think they are. But I think here I can just recover it off. It'd be unfortunate if they were toxic. But I don't know. I feel like this thing is pretty fine versus them. Even like Sceptile. Yeah, they might switch out to Sceptile. I think we beat that thing. Go Harambe Jr. This is the Thwacky. Yeah, Choice Knockoff is going to hurt me here. Or even Woodhammer is going to hurt a lot. But I think we should be out of range after this recover. And then we can do about 50% to it with Psychic if they're choiced. Like if they're no Eviolite. Yeah, I'm assuming that they're... I mean, I really don't know what they are based on that, to be honest. Yeah, they're just gonna knock me off. Just like half-ish. Oh, on a crit. Okay. So I think they're probably Eviolite. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that looks like Eviolite. Now that is really unfortunate that I got crit there. But we're just gonna recover up here. They could U-turn out, which would be a great play. To get in there like Sceptile for free and start terraining. Because that would be really scary. Luckily, we always like eat at least like one hit from Sceptile. If they leech, oh, that's really annoying. Alright, yeah, that's really weird. I don't like that at all. I might just Calm Mind up though, so we can do a lot of damage to them. But I could also switch here. I don't really have a great switch though. So I think it's just Calm Mind. As they knock me off again, this is 80 with no item. Let's see. No item. Does 80 damage. They're probably like a Jolly. They're not even like invested actually. Yeah, that's like a max roll for no investment. I think we should be fine to eat like double knockoffs plus the 1 leech seed. So yeah, they U-turn here. They're probably predicting my recover. So I get a very, very strong +1 psychic off. I hope they go Sceptile. They go Sky. This could be Raichu. No, it is Sceptile. Awesome. We're going to do 50%. And they're Grassy Seed. Okay. So yeah, Unburden's activated. They're +1 defense. And yeah, we do a bunch of damage to them, man. That was a good play. And so they can't even, they can't do anything crazy here. They can't set up because we just knocked them out. But they're very, very fast. Yeah, I put myself in a really good spot with that Psychic. I'm very, very happy with that. And they just show Acro. Yeah, and there goes Chimecho. That's fine. We're still in a decent spot here, I think. I think that I can just go Tauros and get an Intimidate off on them. And I can Close Combat, I think, is probably my best play. It's really bad into the Dragalge, though. Yeah, Intimidate them. Close Combat should be knocking this thing out, and High Horsepower will do a lot to Dragalge. If they switch out, we're in a great spot. Yeah, I don't think they can knock me out. Because we have a lot of bulk investment too, and they're not even set up. So I think I did a great job neutralizing the Sceptile. The worst thing is if he's like mixed with Giga Drain here. That would be really bad. We honestly could just lose the game at that point. But if he switches out, then I think I can win with my Terra Ground. He Terra Flying. Yeah, even Terra Flying we live though. We should have Stone Edge though. Oh, they're Terra Ground. Okay, that's not bad then. Yeah, Terra Ground is completely fine. We should still knock it out with Close Combat. Say Terra Blast me. Yeah, maybe predicting a Terra Poison. Oh, we just CC them. Bang, we knock it out. Awesome. Let's go. Huge threat gone. Now we still need to worry about Thwackey if they have Glide, because they've shown Knock, U-turn, Leech. So they could still be Glide as last move. Yeah, that would be really annoying. And the Dragalge is obviously really annoying. I would hope they go at Dragalge, but I don't think they do. Yeah, they just go Raichu. And Thunderbolt at this range has 2 rolls to take me out if they're timid. And then we just knock them out with close. Oh wait, no, we're -1. Kind of forgot about that one, man. Yeah, we're -1. This thing always knocks me out. I guess on the off chance they don't, I High Horsepower as they Thunderbolt, yeah. Yeah, actually, now we're in a bad spot. As I have to go Yawn Mega, I have to Terra Ground. Yeah, Terra Ground, Terra Blast is probably the play. But also, I could Bug Buzz. Let's see, on Mega, Bug Buzz is not taking this thing out, but if they, for some reason go Thwacky, then it's the best play. But I just Terra Blast. If they go Thwacky, it's an insane play. They also have to be Grassy Glide. But maybe they should just preserve this thing, because as soon as they beat me with Dragology, then they just win with Mickey Mouse. Maybe I should have sacked off Barraskewda. I think maybe I should have sacked off Barraskewda instead of sacking off Tauros. I do get the Terra off. If they let me Terra Ground, Terra Blast them, then I'm happy. I'm not sure if I can beat the Thwacky though, because they just go Assault Vestmon and they're Scar. No, they just outspeed me and I should have protected. Oh well, I lose the game. I don't know. I thought that they might switch out there, so that's why I didn't protect. Thought they might overpredict. Yeah, but that's gonna be it. Unfortunate. We definitely threw there at the end, but I don't think there's anything I can do. I think they just played like their best game, because Dragology always comes in and beats me. Yeah, I mean, I did definitely misplay that. It would have been differential. So I just protect there, I get to +1 speed. I outspeed this thing. I don't know. I do Drill Run, knock it out. I don't know, maybe, like what? Versus Dragology. We're doing a lot with Drill Run. We might actually take it out, depending on their investment. And then Thwacky. I don't know. If they're Grassy Glide, they definitely take me out. They're at full health as well. Like, there's nothing I can do here. There's definitely zero way I win this. Yeah. And they do have Grassy Glide in the back. Hey, for some reason we live. But yeah, they're Eviolite, so I knew I wasn't gonna end up killing them. Yeah, I mean, this thing with Grassy Glide just like cleaned up in the end anyways. There was no real way around it. But I'm pretty sure they had Assault Vest Dragology in the back. So I can never win no matter what. It is what it is. We do take a 2-0 loss to Dries, or to Dries, sorry, my bad. And they played really great. They brought a lot of good stuff, but I think they might have showed me a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm hoping, at least. Yeah, maybe I should have just not Terra'd. If I don't Terra, then they bring in Dragology. I have chances to Air Slash Flinch, and I win with that. I don't know. It is what it is. Doesn't really matter too much. I don't mind losing. It's just a 2-0. But very good game to Dries. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.